We can no longer sit back and, ignore this issue, because we all know that water is life, right?
Clean drinking water, something many of us take for granted. But Tataskweyak Cree Nation, north of Winnipeg, hasn't had clean drinking water for years, leaving them with no choice but to advance their class action lawsuit against the government. And now they're involving the United Nations, too.
If they won't be moved by their own failure, if they won't be moved by a class action lawsuit, hopefully being shamed on the international stage will force them to act.
NDP MP Nikki Ashton joined TCN Chief Doreen Spence and their lawyer Michael Rosenberg to say enough is enough. They've sent a letter to a UN investigator to hope to force the government of Canada's hand in taking action. A government they say has left them for 4 years with water so unsafe their members are showing physical rashes from it.
Canada's inaction has left TCN no choice to bring this to the United Nations. Our children, our members are still getting sick from the water. And I feel that, it's Canada's responsibility and duty to provide to all First Nations.
The federal government had pledged to eliminate all drinking water advisories by March of 2021, a promise they've already admitted can't be followed through with. TCN is one of 58 First Nations with a water problem. Some of their members travel over 8 kilometers away to get water from Ashian Lake, water they trust, and hope the government will take action in making it their new source of water.
TCN first commissioned a feasibility study to draw water from Ashian Lake in 2006. Its latest was in 2019. And to date, there has been no funding advanced to move that project to the planning stage so that the water intake might actually be built and the drinking water advisory in this community actually lifted.
The community consists of 2,300 people and receives 1,500 cases of water per week, but the chief says those bottles of water don't last them long enough, and the federal government's supply is only until March. TCN's lawyer says they would like to avoid litigation and get real progress going with the government, but that hasn't happened. Meanwhile, Indigenous Services Canada has responded in part by saying ISC has supported the community in the repairs and upgrades to their water treatment centre to ensure water quality continues to meet approved guidelines. We respect the right of Indigenous groups, including Tataskweyak Cree Nation, to seek intervention of the courts. We cannot further comment as the matter is before the courts. In Winnipeg, Mike Albanese, City News.